This is more than just your next 4 years. It's becoming a force for change in a land of opportunity. It's belonging to the Jesuit tradition of learning, innovation, and action, standing shoulder to shoulder with the world around you. This is the moment to let curiosity unlock the unlimited potential inside of you, develop connections and collaborations that will fuel your inspired future. Here, you will learn to grind, fight, and overcome no matter the arena, and build a professional network of leaders across every industry. This is a place where you belong. This is a place where you become. This is John Carroll University.
Good morning. My name is Bonnie Gunzenhauser, and I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs at John Carroll University, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to John Carroll's 138th Annual Commencement Exercises. It is my privilege to be the first to congratulate you, the members of the class of 2024, on your graduation. Today's exercises are also being live streamed on our jcu.edu website, so welcome to all of you who are joining us virtually. Now, please remain standing for the singing of America the Beautiful and for the invocation. Members of the University Chorus will lead us in singing America the Beautiful. The invocation will be given by Christine Marie Bessenfelder, member of the class of 2024. Ms. Bessenfelder.
Let us all take a moment as a John Carroll community to silence and center ourselves so that we can feel the grace and presence of God in this space. Loving God, thank you for bringing us, students, faculty, staff, friends, and family together on this beautiful day to recognize the achievements of the class of 2024. Through our courses of study, we have had beautiful peaks and difficult valleys. We have laughed, we have cried, we have triumphed, we have failed, but ultimately, we have grown as individuals in the light of your face. Our experiences here fostered within us innate gifts and talents that you call us to go out and use to better our community as people for and with others. We are called to love one another as you have loved us. Your sacrifice and the sacrifices of friends and family are the reason we stand here today. We extend fervent gratitude not only to you, but to all those who made this wondrous achievement possible for us. It is through you alone that we stand here arm in arm in celebration and joy, ending one chapter and beginning a new. Unsure of where the road may lead, but comforted by the fact that you are walking with us. In this we pray, amen.
Thank you, Christine. Please be seated. Ms. Nancy Bonacci, class of 1977 and co-chair of the Board of Directors at John Carroll University, will now share her welcome and congratulations on behalf of the board.
Thank you, Dr. Gunzenhauser. As a member of the Board of Directors, I'd like to offer my congratulations to the class of 2024. We are so proud of you and all your accomplishments that we celebrate today. A special thank you to you, our graduates, your families, and especially your parents. You have all worked so hard, and many have sacrificed greatly to make this day a reality. Parents, you have entrusted your children to us over these past 4 years, and we thank you for the opportunity to have been able to help them grow into amazing young adults, challenge them to work hard and push themselves to accomplish goals that they often thought were unattainable. Importantly, they have always done this with a focus on being men and women for others, an accomplishment that we as a university are so very proud of. As a graduate of the class of 1977 and a board member for over a dozen years, I have had the opportunity to get to know John Carroll graduates from over many decades and from all over the country. I'm always amazed and heartened to learn of the accomplishment of our graduates, whether it be in the fields of business, healthcare, education, or service. There is no shortage of superstars in our John Carroll alumni base, and we look forward to watching what paths your lives will take as you leave here today and set out on your own road. Go forth with confidence, humility, passion, and empathy, and deliver on the inspired futures that all of us here today believe that you have in front of you. In closing, the most important thing that you can take away from your time here at John Carroll are the friendships that you have made, the experiences you have had with your classmates, whether in the classroom, on the court, on the field, in your dorm room, in the apartments on Warrensville, or doing service in Cleveland or even Honduras. These are experiences you will want to remember forever. Importantly, these are friendships that should not end when you walk off the campus, but continue to be nurtured and enhanced for the rest of your lives. And I can say that with absolute certainty. Always keep John Carroll University close to your heart. Thank you, good luck to you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Nancy. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Alan Mikiak, the 26th president of the university, to give his welcoming remarks and to introduce today's commencement speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Gunzenhauser. We warmly welcome faculty and distinguished guests. As I remind myself, each time I walk into the president's office, especially when I dress for commencement, today is a good day. So welcome. Welcome and congratulations to the immediate and extended family members that are with us today. Welcome grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, cousins, nieces, nephews, moms, and dads. Today's graduates have traveled far and clearly did not reach this commencement stage alone. They have carried a piece of you through each step and milestone of this journey. The love, teaching, and generosity you have shown them lie at their core and in their character. Welcome. Your imprint is clear, and your pride in them is palpable. Congratulations to the class of 2024 for achieving this milestone in your life's journey. As we witnessed a few years ago, nothing, not even a very impressive moon, can block the light for long. Your future is bright and within reach. You will have written many amazing chapters when the eclipse returns in 44 years. Each one has the potential to make a lasting difference and inspire the future. A special thanks to our commencement speaker, Ambassador Capricia Penevic-Marshall. Capricia provides a vivid and potent example of a life pursued with optimism, purpose, and conviction. In her book, Protocol, Capricia reminds us that life is the ultimate long game, a series of exchanges and situations that rise or fall based on respect conferred and signals sent. She reminds us that knowing who you are and remaining curious about those you will meet along the way is what opens, in her words, windows of possibilities. In the Jesuit tradition, these routines and habits, showing up, paying attention, risking some part of yourself and your claims to certainty, would be described as coming to the work. So what does it mean for you to come to the work? I will again borrow from Capricia's hard-won insight and tell you that the work is as follows. First, be curious. Yes, the tools of the future allow you to answer any inquiry in nanoseconds, but never mistake easy answers for knowing. The work involves never delegating understanding. Second, be human. Yes, the tools of the future will enable and often require you to collaborate with machines across all fields of endeavor. As an agricultural scientist, a forensic detective, a teacher, a lawyer, a nurse practitioner, or an athletic trainer, you will sort data, make predictive judgments, and calibrate care on an AI-facilitated feedback and information. But the work involves engaging your empathy and humility, your heart, as you contemplate the downstream impacts of your human interpretations and choices. And third, be generous. Yes, the tools of the future could potentially divide us further based on class, education, and access to technology. If we learned anything in the past 4 years, it is that any one of us is only as safe as all of us. The work involves championing that sense of mutuality and shared well-being. In Capricia's world of global diplomacy, her habits, curiosity, humanity, and generosity have been codified and turned into routine professional practice. For the rest of us, our curiosity, humanity, and generosity, these choices await us each day in the mirror. After today, your mirror will change. You will be looking directly at your adult self, and you will have the ability to stay present with yourself, serve as your own ally, manage the intensity of your emotions, access a new inner strength, and move through the world with more humility and ease. While the screens that we carry will tell us that we are somehow lacking, never safe, never good enough, never have enough, the mirror can tell a different story and reflect a deeper set of truths. I wrote a blog post this past year that quotes the author of a best-selling psychology textbook. He looked out at the world and shared this observation: voluntarily bringing back a wandering attention over and over again is the very root of judgment, character, and will. What makes that encouragement more remarkable is that the author, William James, wrote the 2-volume The Principles of Psychology in 1890, a century before the smartphone. So in conclusion, allow me to assign you one last piece of homework as you walk across the stage and into your one precious life. Take a minute sometime today or this evening and give yourself a good look in the mirror. May the face looking back at you reflect the gratitude toward the friends and families who have helped you reach this stage. May the face looking back at you embody the strength of the honest human relationships and experiences you have accumulated here at John Carroll. May the face staring back at you sparkle with the curiosity, not just for the digital world and its constant stimulation, but for an inner world where silence, prayer, and contemplation have their own secrets to reveal. I pray that this Jesuit education equips you with a renewable source of inner strength, the ability to heed the voice of the Spirit that calls and sometimes groans to us from within. And I pray that strength motivates and excites you, and that you come to the work clear in your purpose and renewed by your faith in a higher calling and a greater good. Thank you and congratulations.
It is our honor to welcome today's speaker, Ambassador Capricia Penevic-Marshall. Ambassador Marshall served as White House Social Secretary in the Clinton administration and as United States Chief of Protocol in the Obama administration. In her posts, she advanced the president's agendas using new tools and innovative protocol methods to build relationships between dignitaries and industry leaders worldwide. Currently, she is a partner at FGS Global and president of Global Engagement Strategies. Additionally, she serves as ambassador in residence at the Atlantic Council in Washington, D.C. We are honored to have her with us, and please join me in welcoming Capricia Penovic-Marshall.
Well, thank you, Dr. Gunzenhauser, for that lovely, lovely introduction. And thank you, President Mikiak. Boy, are you all lucky to have him as your president. Let's give him a round of applause. Class of 2024, congratulations. I am so honored and excited to be here today to celebrate your commencement and your achievements at John Carroll University. You've spent years working towards this day, so let's just all soak it in for a moment. I'm a Cleveland gal through and through. It is so great to be back here. Cleveland rocks. I grew up just a few blocks from here and fondly recall walking my dog on campus to perhaps gawk at a few collegiates or not. Little did I know that years later, lucky me, I'd marry a proud blue streak, Robert James Marshall, class of '86, and he is loving being back here. As the daughter of two immigrants, an opportunity to attend John Carroll seemed a pipe dream. For someone of my background, my father came to the United States from Croatia, and my mother from Mexico. Neither graduated from high school, let alone college. But mom and dad were rich in traditions and certainly expectations of me. Their daughter would go to college, and I did. They dreamed for me the American dream, to have all that I wished for and worked for, with no boundaries. So now what are you going to do, was their big question after my graduation. I didn't have a clue. My plan was a little like Forrest Gump's, to embrace the box of chocolates, those surprising opportunities that came across my path, like heading to Arkansas to work for a little-known governor running for president. I took a leap of faith in myself and in the arc of the unknown and headed down south to realize my dream, pursuing a work in public service. I applaud you parents, guardians, and others who have supported the dreams of these exceptional graduates, helping them to broaden their wingspan so they can fly on their own. Graduates, I applaud you for believing in yourselves and working faithfully towards this day. The world needs you to do the thing that lights you up and take risks, even when you don't know exactly where they might lead. Okay, so as I look out into this crowd, I see question marks over everyone's head. Who is the chief of protocol? And, well, what is protocol? Well, you're in great company because most presidents had no idea. The chief of protocol is the best job. You create the framework for diplomacy. You follow a set of guidelines grounded in tradition, advise the president on unique etiquette, cultural differences, and international norms. To do that and so much more, we did our homework. I called it extreme preparation, leaving nothing to chance. In protocol, we had the president's back, ensuring there would be no surprises. Okay, there were a few surprises, like the surprise that I had when I fell down the North Portico steps while greeting the President and First Lady of Mexico in a gown at a state dinner. Oh yeah, that happened. Live in front of an international press corps. Google Capricia Marshall fall. It pops right up. And you can use it when you feel down to say to yourself, well, at least I didn't do that. In that vein, my hope today is to relate to you a few reflections and share with you some protocol hacks as you depart this university and enter the unfamiliar. Just like the presidents I've served, you already possess the intelligence, grace, and grit John Carroll has given you a solid Jesuit education to help you develop your whole person, be it mind, body, and spirit. But we all need someone who has our back. So think of me today as your protocol officer, prepping you for the next steps with an etiquette tip and 3 essential tools. Okay, tip 1. You know when you are seated at a table crowded with multiple glasses, the bread plate, and a variety of cutlery, and everyone looks around the table to see who's going to grab what first? Am I right, Professor Spurgeon? That happened last night. Be the one who knows exactly what to do. Okay, now, everyone raise your hands. Make a B with your left forefinger and thumb, and make a D, come on, make a D with your right. B is for bread on the left, and D is for drink on the right. This hack will never fail you. You go far with that. And neither will these 3 protocol moves. These are power moves, ones that I leaned on to give my president the ultimate preparation. Authenticity. Be your best self. Be proud of who you are. Curiosity. Be open to differences. Never stop learning. And finally, collaboration. Be empathetic and humble. It's empowering and telegraphs confidence. Conveying your character and goals accurately and authentically is a key element of successful diplomacy. How do you discover and calibrate your authentic self in different situations? Every challenge you face will further unveil the layers what makes you special. I discovered early on that one of my selling points is my ability to be transparent and, well, human. In 2012, for the UN General Assembly in New York City, President Obama was hosting the traditional reception for presidents and prime ministers. All was going super well until the departures. Suddenly, all of the motorcades stopped. As I approached the Secret Service to gather some intel, I noticed that President Mwai Kibaki of Kenya was waiting for his car to pull up, and he didn't look happy. I gave him my sheepish, "Oh, just a moment, Your Excellency," smile, believing that things would surely get moving soon, until a moment evolved into 5, and then into 10. By now, his staff, each one of them 6'10", were towering over me, demanding an explanation. I couldn't tell them the real one, that President Obama was, well, indisposed, because, you know, when a president has to go, he has to go. Instead, I peeled back my genteel protocol exterior, allowing just me to carry the moment. I told him about my first college love, and a romantic trip to his beautiful capital, Nairobi, how we held hands in the moonlight on the beaches of Mombasa. Now, don't worry, honey. You were really my first love. This was all about diplomacy. Okay, so President Kibaki, he wanted to hear every detail. How we met, what we did, what happened to my ex. He asked and I answered. Completely, totally enthralled, I really sensed that he was pretty disappointed when the Secret Service signaled to him that his motorcade could move on and he could depart. Awkwardness alleviated by going all capricia. So here you are, shedding your college comforts for that next big step in life. Many of you may still be at the beginning of your journey of understanding who you are. And trust me, it's a lifelong pursuit. But the lessons you've learned at John Carroll will contribute to your best authentic you. And by the best, I do not mean perfect. We may try for perfection, and as a chief of protocol, I certainly did. The success of international negotiations certainly depended upon it. But perfect doesn't exist. Often the beauty is in the imperfections and the detours. So by best, I mean that you are striving for the highest standards without quieting who you are. Curiosity is the mother of understanding and appreciation. The ability to stay open to the new, to say yes to a surprising opportunity, to learn about other people and allow your perspective to evolve. Curiosity is your compass. It was mine in diplomacy. My first trip abroad with President Obama was to China for a state visit. It's the highest invitation that one leader can offer another. Protocol is practiced and observed in China with acute commitment to details. President Obama was invited to dine with President Hu Jintao at his private retreat, the Diaotai. A small table for 10 was in place, and every moment had been precisely negotiated between us. Just as the leaders sat down, my counterpart approached me with a clear veneer of discomfort. He said, "Ambassador Marshall, I have a very important question to ask you." "Yes," I said. "My president would like your president to make a noodle." My head spun. My first thought was, am I really that jet lagged? Did I hear him right? Make a what? I responded, "I'm so sorry. I cannot interrupt the dinner. The president is already at the table." He then explained why this centuries-old ritual was so important to his president. I understood. So I slinked up to the back of the president and whispered in his ear, "Excuse me, sir. President Hu would like you to make a noodle." He looked at me as if I just spoke in Chinese. And I could tell you that there was practically this thought bubble above his head that said, "Are you kidding me?" So I quickly explained the cultural significance. A long noodle signifies longevity. He nodded, and a real appreciation for what it signified, stood and announced, "Let's make a noodle." And they did. The two leaders stood shoulder to shoulder with a large lump of dough. And they started to bounce this dough between them. They bounced and bounced, and the dough grew. It grew and grew until it became a noodle. President Obama's willingness to say yes to the unexpected showed a level of trust and openness to President Hu's intention with this tradition. We start today with very little, but together this relationship will grow and prosper for years to come. So I say to you, get curious and say yes to the noodle. Your final protocol power move, collaboration, the mindset of protocol and diplomacy, requires empathy and humility. When you approach interactions with empathy and humility, you do so with an open heart and reflective spirit of connection, allowing for endless opportunities of collaboration. When it comes to empathy, simply imagining what it might feel like to be in another's position, as the intern, as the leader, as the host or the guest, gives you a blueprint for how to engage. I've raised short foreign leaders' chairs using wooden blocks, so he appeared at equal level with my tall president to avoid an embarrassing photo. I never wanted a leader to feel as though they were being overshadowed in the eyes of the observer. Humility is the ability to recognize others' contributions while keeping your own talents and interests in perspective. Humility is often misunderstood. You're not quieting yourself. You're not denying your own strengths. You are making room for new perspectives. One of the most poignant displays of humility and collaboration I've witnessed is the exchange of power at the White House, when one administration departs and the next is ushered in. It is humility in action. It is the living embodiment of our Constitution. This peaceful pass of the democratic torch is what our forefathers fought for. I'll never forget the day of the transition in 2001, when President Clinton greeted President-elect Bush, who'd arrived to the White House for the traditional tea before the inauguration. In the best of times, this is an emotionally tense moment between two of the most powerful people in the world. After the tea, I escorted the spouses and the vice presidents to their cars to head to the Capitol for the inauguration. As I returned to escort the two leaders, I witnessed an historic moment, the end of one era and the birth of another. President Clinton walked over to President-elect Bush, looked him in the eye, straightened the shoulders of his jacket in a way that seemed paternal, but not condescending. And he said to him, "Let's do this." President-elect Bush smiled, and with a little glint in his eye that seemed to say, "Don't you worry, I got this." And just like that, punctuated by a physical expression of camaraderie, of collaboration, the history page turned from one administration to another. So graduates, cherish the spirit of service that your John Carroll education has instilled in you. I hope that in the coming phases of your life and career, you use your preparation in public service in some way, be it in government or elsewhere in civic life. At a time of polarized discourse, when our institutions are being shaken and questioned across the board, it is vital that we remember how important they are to a functioning, accessible, and multicultural democracy. A democracy that opened its doors and welcomed my mother and father, offering them an opportunity to build their and my American dream. So graduates, create the moment, say yes to the noodle, embrace the unknown, and make history. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Ambassador Marshall. In honor of the late Reverend William J. Malore of the Society of Jesus, who served the university in a variety of posts for 28 years before his death in 1977, a committee of faculty, administrators, and students have designated a member of the senior class to make a presentation at these commencement exercises. Speaking on behalf of the class of 2024 is Lakin Kincaid.
Good morning. Welcome, faculty, staff, families, fellow students, and beyond, to the class of 2024 undergraduate commencement ceremony. For those of you I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Lakin Kincaid, and I have the delight of being a member of this very special class. Of course, every senior who stands at this lectern says their class is special, though, right? They're expected to get up in front of the masses and deliver a short address that sums up their experience and the experience of their peers. I mean, if someone stood before the greater John Carroll community and just said, at least we passed, that would be a pretty lackluster speech. But because everyone is accustomed at ceremonies like this to just nod and accept that the students before them are just a collection of hundreds of winding stories, each ending with the turn of a tassel in just an hour or so, I want to take this time to establish why the class of 2024 is so special, not just in my heart, but to the story of this campus as a whole. Naturally, every narrative has a beginning. This looked different for every person in this sea of chairs before me, but mine started with committing on a whim to a school I never even visited or even heard of before. For all I knew, John Carroll could have just been some Ponzi scheme I was buying into that was run out of an empty office building. So you're probably wondering, Lakin, why did you say yes to spending 4 years at a place you knew nothing about, save for some ramblings about a Miami Dolphins coach and a decent tether to NBC's Meet the Press? I asked myself that too for a little while, pondering if I just made the best decision or worst mistake of my life. My mind was also scattered by a global pandemic. Don't pretend you weren't expecting that to be mentioned. Nothing felt secure. Everything was in the air, including my own future. Then, I remembered a quote I heard from Frozen 2. Personally, I have a strong connection with this franchise since I played Olaf in high school, and the white I'm sporting under my gown today reminds me of my time on stage. But one thing this lovable snowman says that always resonated with me as an offhand quote, he says, while fighting off a spirit of panic. We're calling this controlling what we can when things feel out of control. Cheesy, but highly motivating when you're faced with a drive-through graduation and uncertainty out the wazoo. Me committing to John Carroll, even in the disorder, was controlling what I could when things felt out of control. I had no idea we were going to spend our first semester, or if you're like me, entire freshman year online. However, I could control getting involved with extracurriculars early and attending every single booth at the virtual involvement fair. I remember hopping into a Zoom with Ed Mish and Lisa Ramsey in the Academic Success Center breakout room, and I talked to them about my goals, aspirations, and how excited I was to be in a 300-level course as a first year. Little did I know that class numbers aren't that deep. Both of them smiled and told me, "We think you're going to be all right." Suddenly, those words put my destiny back into my own hands. I was doing something right, and I could find some semblance of order in a world that was off-kilter. The class of 2024, although we were clearly living through unprecedented times, we were able to get a firm grasp on our collegiate career. Even when we felt all alone in a dusty childhood room, some of us hundreds or even thousands of miles apart, we controlled what we could when things fell out of control. And everything landed just as it was supposed to. Sometimes you get too excited and get disqualified from a student government race for sending mass emails, but that's a story for another day. I wasn't alone on this journey. All of my peers seized every single opportunity in front of them, altering the course of their own, No, not just their own. John Carroll history altogether. We were the class that showed what it means to belong, become, and be a blue streak. We did all this through controlling what we could when things were out of control. So, how did we control our belonging as a blue streak? Frankly, it all started from our laptops and went from there. The class of 2024 is not only filled with brilliant minds, but also club presidents, captains of athletic teams, tops of their respective majors, and so much more. However, no one first walked onto campus winning Google form-based elections and doodling their names across dean's lists. We all started as mere onlookers of JCU culture, but soon became masters of it. Belonging as a blue streak is not just seeing yourself as a piece of a larger puzzle. It is instead molding John Carroll around your lived experience. The portrait is not simply completed by us, rather we are the artist, holding the paintbrush throughout all 4 of our years and designing the image to be a reflection of who we are. We, this class, created a home that bolstered our voyages. It is easy to belong when you become the maestro of your own destiny. So, how did we control our becoming a blue streak? Well, after taking this university by the reins, we never relinquished the foothold we had on this place. Through sophomore year, the masks were slowly lowered, and we not only saw, but felt the fiery passion that was behind our screens all this time. We met the real people who we made virtual study groups and played Among Us with, the ones that made online coffee nights feel so comfy and cozy. We would walk around campus, and our professors knew just as much about us as our senior predecessors. Maybe it's because they had sympathy for us and were surprised by just how much we thrived. In a sink or swim environment, we soared. However, I like to view becoming as more of an internal sense of control. We redefined what it means to be a blue streak, curating that definition to meet exactly what we wanted it to be. But this wasn't done by just coasting through our years. We engaged with the core Jesuit values and served our community. We broke records and changed the lives of our younger classmates who wanted to follow in our footsteps. When examining the idea of cura personalis, caring for the whole person, we pushed each other to evolve, to be the best version of ourselves, to be an entirely different person between our first 8 a.m. class and our last night painting the lion. Not only did we change this university, we allowed John Carroll to change us. So, now we're here, where we are at last, forever and always, a blue streak. We paved our way, we identified avenues to grow, and above all, we controlled what we could when everything was out of control. If I could tell you what tomorrow holds, I would be a lottery winner and not in political science. I'm just kidding. One final definite I can promise you is that regardless of what happens after this moment, we controlled what we could, and that control has led to us having a degree in hand, solidifying that we belonged, became, and are forever a blue streak. And what does forever being a blue streak get us, besides a piece of paper? 2 things come to mind. It gives us the knowledge that our education has prepared us to take control of our future, and that we now have something permanent. As Olaf from Frozen also tells us, I just thought of one thing that is permanent: love. Love to you, John Carroll University. Love to all of you family and friends here today supporting us, and love to you, the class of 2024. We may not be able to predict all of what happens to us after we walk across this stage, but we can know that our time at John Carroll has given us the love we need to take control of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakin. And now we come to it. 2024 graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science, please rise. Dr. Rodney Hessinger, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present these graduates.
President Mikiak, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Sciences, I certify that the graduates whose names are hereby presented satisfied all the requirements to graduate from John Carroll University.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of the university, for those who have completed all of their degree requirements, I hereby congratulate them for completing their degree Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto appertaining. You may now move your tassels to the left side.
Graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences, please come forward to receive your diploma from President Mikiak and shake hands with Dean Hessinger.
Rebecca Lynn Abbott, magna cum laude. Nicholas F. Aiello. Selena Sam Alamir, magna cum laude. Sophia Catherine Alberico, summa cum laude. Brandon Regis Albright. Hyder T. Amalou. Aaron Riley Andriucci, magna cum laude. Douglas Austin Bailey. Gwendolyn A. Baker, cum laude. Anna Rose Balicki, magna cum laude. Samuel J. Basso. Oscar H. Beeman. Isabella Grace Benz, summa cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Burnson, cum laude. Jack Benjamin James Bickerstaff. Abigail Rose Birch, cum laude. Madeline H. Borman. Aiden Bozak. Darcy Nicole Brandt. Sydney Alexa Bradauer, magna cum laude. Jeremy S. Brevard, summa cum laude. Abigail Alice Breen, magna cum laude. Grace Olivia Brinza. Anna Kate Brown. Benjamin Carl Brucken, cum laude. Danielle Marie Bush. Marco Cajo Rubio. Caroline Megan Calpin, magna cum laude. Alex Imanol Canela, summa cum laude. William John Cashman. Emily Elizabeth Cervenka. Anthony P. Chalub, cum laude. Frank Anthony Serino III. Rachel T. Clark, magna cum laude. Emma Rose Claus. Stephen Paul Claybaker. Ashley Colicchio, cum laude. Jenna Jamie Copen. Emily Joan Davala. Carter James Corbin Derrig, cum laude. Ethan Louis Dimitrovich, summa cum laude. Crisovolanti Duda. Madison Petrenko Guy. Mallory C. Dunlap, magna cum laude. Morgan Samantha Edwards, summa cum laude. William Owen Airbar. Elizabeth Gabriella Elsas. Michael James Ensminger. Scott Foster Esteb. Carter Allen Esterly. Catherine M. Fahey, magna cum laude. Anthony Michael Falbo, summa cum laude. Patrick William Field. Matthew Rybolt Fisher. Alexa K. Flato, magna cum laude. James David Flowers. Jennifer Eileen Fulmer. Peter Donald Foote, summa cum laude. Flora Grace Frieden, magna cum laude. Brennan John Few. Morgan A. Guerin, summa cum laude. William Griffin Gerard. Jacob Todd Gearhart, magna cum laude. Mario L. Gosin, cum laude. Kylie Ryan Gillespie, summa cum laude. Samantha Mina Gracie, magna cum laude. Richard Anthony Grasso, summa cum laude. Anna Marie Zamir Habusta. William E. Hardeback. Leah M. Harrigan, summa cum laude. Jayshawna Maria Ann Harris. Sarah Grace Hatcher, summa cum laude. Michael James Hawkins, Jr. Joseph Nicholas Heckman. Madison Ann Heininger. Aeneas Xavier Hines, cum laude. Sarah Michelle Haloka, cum laude. Dante Armand Horton. Gabrielle Elizabeth Hogan. Nicholas Richard Hosian. Olivia A. Hughes, cum laude. Jessica Ann Judd, magna cum laude. Angela Lee Kalina, summa cum laude. Caitlin Blanche Keenan. Lauren Elizabeth Keep, summa cum laude. Ayana Ishel Kehoe. Kaylee Marie Kelly, cum laude. Irene Crocker Killian, cum laude. Rebecca Grace Kilmer, summa cum laude. Lakin Gail Kincaid, magna cum laude. Maggie Ann Kinsella, magna cum laude. Nathan Daniel Kirsch, magna cum laude. Jacob Allen Kozlowski, magna cum laude. Abby C. Kunkemoller, cum laude. Shayna Lee Cooper, cum laude. Juliana Marie Kupetz. Jeffrey Charles Kusar. Madeline Nicole Laird, summa cum laude. Hallie Ann Landis, magna cum laude. Lydia Rose Lane, summa cum laude. Jake Thomas Lang. Gianna Francis LaSalvia, cum laude. Diana J. Lorich. Jensea Marie Leonard, cum laude. Aaron Jacob Leovic. Michael Thomas Lombardo. Victoria Kieran Lucas, magna cum laude. Grant Alexander Lumley, cum laude. Stephen Lee. Bradley Patrick Lyons, magna cum laude. Max William Malley. Emma Marie Mankey. Isabel Anna Marinchik. Ella Nicole Massaro, cum laude. Luke Thomas Mazurwicki, summa cum laude. Sarah Grace McAllister, summa cum laude. Mason James McCurdy. Spencer Charles McDonnell. Veronica L. McDowell, cum laude. Sean Patrick McElhinney. Anna Catherine Myalki, magna cum laude. Ethan Miller, cum laude. Pratista Mishra. Aubrey Ann Mitchell. Emmett Patrick Moore. Joseph Anthony Mongaluzzi. Jordan Monroe Mooney. Stephanie Sabrina Moore, magna cum laude. Madalena Morrow. Jonah M. Morris. Mercedes Michael Morton. Dane Martin Murray. Jacob D. Navicki, cum laude. Anthony Albert Nuzzo, magna cum laude. Kendall T. Obregon. Morgan A. O'Brien, cum laude. Juliana Valentina Olivo. Jack O'Rourke. Zafira D. Olette. Serena Renee Paterno. Kaylee N. Petrisky, cum laude. Simeon River Patzelik. Jaheim Jerome Peak. Dylan Parker Pendergast, magna cum laude. Grace Helen Porco. Athena M. Poulos, magna cum laude. Audrey L. Prisby, summa cum laude. Jessica Alicia Reynolds. Evan Michael Richwalski, cum laude. Monica Danielle Ritchie, summa cum laude. Eleanor Schwab Robertson. Sophia Ann Ruse. Audrey Carol Sad, magna cum laude. Jacob D. Scafidi, cum laude. Ellie Kathleen Shank. Josephine Divine Shirlow, magna cum laude. Noah Robert Schroeder. Lauren Amy Schwartz, cum laude. Jackson N. Seo Jr. Alexis Michelle Shabazz. Aaliyah Marie Shamada. Madison Riley Shanahan, magna cum laude. Jonathan Dale Shell, cum laude. Melina Joe Schultz, cum laude. Stephen M. Sekutris. Anna Elizabeth Silvidi, magna cum laude. Logan James Sindoni. Madison Grace Sinopoli. Zachary Adam Sinutko. Julia Catherine Skubik, magna cum laude. Isabella R. Smith. Jacob Michael Smith, cum laude. Robert Nicholas Suchek, summa cum laude. Johnny Richard Spinner. James Edward Steffen, magna cum laude. Julia Rose Sutman. Brendan D. Swan. Caitlin Judith Testa, cum laude. Sean William Theobald. Joseph M. Torok, cum laude. Danielle I. Turi. Caitlin Joanna Vargo, summa cum laude. Justin Michael Vetrano. Savannah Jolie Vitt, cum laude. Malak Abdallah Wadan. Zoe Renee Walker, cum laude. Lena Elizabeth Wallace, summa cum laude. Grace Catherine Walsh. Haley Nicole Welch. Alberta M. Wertman. Cameron Jamal Williams. Olivia Elizabeth Williams, summa cum laude. Taylor Jordan Wolleber, cum laude. Hugh Francis Wolf. Vyacheslav J. Zach Jr. Samuel Morgan Zerillo. Jacob Matthew Zuzak.
Ananda Nevan Abhay Sundara. Kamal Acharya. Celine Elias Akuri, cum laude. Carly M. Anderson, cum laude. Genevieve Ruth Arnold, summa cum laude. Patsy Aquia Asamoah Ado. Jane Ryan Atia. Sarah Lynn Ozzie, cum laude. Paxson John Barone. Luke Thomas Begeman. Catherine A. Benakista, magna cum laude. Kaylin John Blakely, cum laude. Kyle Madison Boehm, magna cum laude. Gianna Marie Bordenaro, magna cum laude. Zachary James Brinks, cum laude. Lauren M. Brumett, summa cum laude. Allison Elizabeth Burrows, cum laude. Brooke Ashley Butler, magna cum laude. Corey Calderon. Jacob Gerald Clark, summa cum laude. Dana Marie Cohen, summa cum laude. Nicholas Reed Cantos, magna cum laude. Caleb Correa, magna cum laude. Devin Joseph Crowder. Yasmin Abdul Razak Dardari, summa cum laude. Austin Thomas Davis, cum laude. Roberto M. DeMarchi. Sophia Catherine Dieter. Julia Santina DeFranco. Christopher Stephen DiSabato, summa cum laude. Stevie Lidon. Zoe Rebecca Doucette. Vilma Dudaitis, magna cum laude. Jill S. Durkin. Claire Elizabeth Eberhardt, magna cum laude. Kateri E. Fitzsimmons. Lily Helen Free, cum laude. Tyler William Michael Gast, cum laude. Lourdes Angeline Gilbert. Alexandra Elise Glavak. Meredith C. Glavak, cum laude. Nathan J. Grubach. Maximilian Dugan Hanlon, magna cum laude. John Stanley Harding, cum laude. Nicholas Matthew Hazelwood, cum laude. Shannon Elizabeth Hassel, magna cum laude. Allison Page Horner, summa cum laude. Lane Elizabeth Howe. Creighton Andrew Hudak. Noah Kern Humphreys. Philopater Andrew Isaac, summa cum laude. Alexander L. Jandy, cum laude. Timothy Jermy. Richard Lewis Jones, Jr. Amanda Faith Keem, magna cum laude. Veronica Kermoshuk, magna cum laude. Elena Zoe Kessler. Madison Brooke Kirby. Alexander Joseph Coker. Grace A. Kruger. Maya Jyothi Kumar. Logan Henry Lankowski. Joseph T. Lee. Alexis Ann McDonald, magna cum laude. Samuel Joseph Marchand. Felicia Monique Meola Marrero. Mateo Manuel Martin, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Miselko, summa cum laude. Molly Elizabeth Miselko, summa cum laude. Patrick Chauncey McGraw, summa cum laude. Rebecca Neji Makel, cum laude. Joseph D. Melchoris, summa cum laude. Melina Kathleen Mera, summa cum laude. Amanda M. Miles. Peyton Elizabeth Miosi. Andre Moskalyuk. Catherine Elizabeth Mullins. Lindsay Ann Nardi. Brent Kyle Norman. Luis Emil Nunez. Danielle Dolores Olson, magna cum laude. Brendan Joseph O'Malley. Maram Hisham Omer, cum laude. Alexa Lee Owen. Allison Pavan. Madeline Rose Pietrek, magna cum laude. Madison Michelle Pulaski. Allison Lee Powers, summa cum laude. Samantha C. Pulling, magna cum laude.
Hamoud Abdulwahid Katena, cum laude.
Fadi Raymond Rashed, cum laude. Nevin Quintin Raymond, magna cum laude. Aiden Donovan Rodriguez, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Roars, summa cum laude. Gianna Ana Romaso. Molly Grace Russell, magna cum laude. Sumaya Naja Salti, cum laude. Matthew R. Sarsam, cum laude. Noah C. Schmidt, cum laude. Claire Patricia Schupel, summa cum laude. Abigail Riley Sherman. Keely Marie Scullin, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Frances Seafelt, summa cum laude. Sarah Maria Sver, cum laude. John Michael Shoemaker. Emily Dawn Sluzar, cum laude. Brittany A. Smith. Jaslyn Anissa Smith. Lauren M. Smith, magna cum laude. Wade Smythe. Marie Catherine Steinkuhl, summa cum laude. Matthew W. Stupka. Catherine C. Sushinsky, magna cum laude. Paul Tomlin. Allison Hannah Toth. Aiden Joseph Turner. Jonah Daly Vinos. Matthew Joseph Walker, magna cum laude. Talia M. Weeks, magna cum laude. Savannah Jo Wisman. Sylvan MacArthur Wiley, cum laude. Craig Joseph Will. Isabel Pearl Wilson, cum laude. Patricia Rose Uhas, summa cum laude. Eric Zerai. Eliana M. Zine, summa cum laude. Parker Charles Zvanix. John Gagan.
Graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences, congratulations. The power of the John Carroll experience is evident in our graduates. Over the last 4 years, as Lakin mentioned, you have been brave, resilient, vulnerable, and filled with joy. We asked 3 members of the class of 2024 to highlight some of the faculty and staff members who accompanied them on their John Carroll journeys. I invite you to direct your attention to the monitors and enjoy this short video.
At John Carroll, we take accompaniment very seriously, especially as it pertains to our students. We want them to know that they're not going to be alone on their journey. You know, sometimes you just need that voice or that little bit of guidance. You know, how do you get to the end? How do you get to that graduation? And then what's after that?
My name's Josh Loomis, and I'm a double major in finance and economics. One of the things that kind of drew me to the career that I've chose is I really like the aspect of helping people manage their money. And I really think that comes back to what I've learned at John Carroll and like being able to help others, because I feel like I've been helped by so many other people. I really look forward to kind of being able to pay it forward.
My name is Lakin Kincaid, and I'm majoring in political science and communication with a concentration in digital media. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna lay low, I'm gonna get my degree, I'm gonna leave. I never would have dreamed in a million years I'd be editor-in-chief, news director, captain of the speech and debate team. I was able to make something of myself, and I think it's because of the trust that the faculty and staff have put in me. And being able to grow like this, I never would have expected it was a possibility. And being able to do that has been honestly really cool.
My name is Jerry Higgins III. I'm getting my master's in biology, and I plan to attend medical school. I think having a school full of leaders is something that John Carroll is known for, and I'm glad that I've had an effect as being a part of it, as well as being able to take it in from others that have been here longer than I have. Whether that's being able to help lead the graduate students as being a part of GSA, or being a part of a team where I'm a team captain, the school ultimately runs on support in all areas.
What is different about John Carroll are the relationships that you can form, you know, with your professors, with your TAs, you know, other people that on campus that you might consider a mentor.
Meeting Dr. Johns for the first time, I swear I felt like we had already known each other. Her big personality really came up on me, and she really took me under her wing, and I could tell from the jump that she believed in me, and it made me feel like this place was really meant for me.
Jason saw potential in me when I couldn't see it in myself. He has been an amazing mentor, not only at the radio station, but in general.
Dr. Charles has been a crucial part in helping me with my capstone economic research project. He really makes me dig deeper into things and be more analytical.
I truly firmly believe without people like Jason, without my advisors, I wouldn't be here, because they were able to push me forward.
Dr. Johnson is very unique, and I've never had a professor like her. She really pushes you out your comfort zone. Sometimes it may not be what you want to hear, what you think you need to hear, but I've only grown so much from it.
The people here, I think, stand out a lot. The community is so tight-knit, and that, I think, is really central to the John Carroll experience.
From the athletics to faculty being extremely helpful, it really is a family in every sense of the word.
The biggest thing for me has been the connections, whether it be my friends from the varsity soccer team that I made, friends from classes, you know, my coworkers, even faculty that I've been involved with. It's been truly great.
And that is one thing about John Carroll that is unique. You're going to get a great education, But even beyond that, these are really, truly, amazing humans that are going to impart change in this world.
Being at Carroll has allowed me to grow as a person and use a lot of these tools that I've developed here or sharpened here and use them later on in life.
I am committed to a job now and I'm really excited, but I'm really open to my future. I just kind of look forward to any opportunities that may present itself.
If you would have asked me this time 4 years ago, I would say that I was scared to graduate college, but I had 4 years. And I think those 4 years have prepared me with the skills to be able to tackle any challenge that comes my way. So I'm excited to see my potential in that regard. How many more things can I do that I never thought was possible?
"2024 graduates from the John M. and Mary Jo Bohler College of Business for the degrees of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Bachelor of Science in Economics, please rise. Dr. Elad Granot, Dean of the Bohler College of Business, will present these graduates.
President Mikiak, on behalf of the faculty of the Bohler College of Business, I certify that the graduates whose names are hereby presented satisfied all of the requirements to graduate from John Carroll University.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of the university, for those who have completed all of their degree requirements, I hereby congratulate them for completing their degrees Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto appertaining. You may now move your tassels to the left.
Graduates of the Bohler College of Business, please come forward to receive your diploma from President Mikiak and to shake hands with Dean Granot.
Kyle Alexander Apple, summa cum laude. James K. Austin. Matthew Owen Baker. Alexander Alabek Bala. Veronica Marie Baranka. Christian Luis Bedoya. Lillian Marie Beers. Lucas Eric Bell, magna cum laude. Michael Richard Bevington, cum laude. Zachary J. Belozer. Rebecca Christine Beirut. Aiden W. Bingham. Jackson Ronald Burt. Meredith Noel Blamer, cum laude. Chance James David Boyd. Charles J. Broush. Colin Frederick Burke. Jarrett R. Burko. Matthew Rudolph Buser. Dylan Lauren Cahill. Matthew V. Chimera. Luke Patrick Klistick. Elizabeth Erin Clemente, cum laude. Cameron Duncan Cosity. Claire M. Colbaugh. Isaac H. Coleman. Santino Comunal, magna cum laude. Maximilian M. Cook, magna cum laude. Abigail Lynn Corbin. Paul Eugene Corley. Matthew Gregory Costanzo. Michael Gavin Cummins, cum laude. Eric Nicholas D'Agenti. Jeffrey Allen Denker III. Frank William DeMarco, cum laude. Chase Brennan Diacy. Emily Elizabeth Duran. Zachary T. Dewey, cum laude. Madeline Ann Eifert. Luca Ivan Eller. Julia Ann Ellerbruck, magna cum laude. Thomas J. Farron, magna cum laude. Brandon Bernard Ferdinando. Zach Sauvain Ferguson. Matthew A. Filippelli. Connor J. Fracassi. Robert Charles Frank I. Sophia Garcia Olea. John Judo Gavrick, cum laude. Isabella Grace Janice, cum laude. Anna Marie Glass, magna cum laude. Benjamin Essick Grafton. Zachary Graulick, cum laude. Samantha Marie Gunn, magna cum laude. Tyler Daniel Habersky, magna cum laude. Abigail Kelly Hare, cum laude. Griffin Patrick Hanna. Olivia Elizabeth Hanulak. Matthew Ellis Harvey. Jacob Anthony Hazen. Garrett Stephen Heath. Peter Robert Heinzerling, cum laude. Jamin T. Higley. Daniel R. Haningman. Bryce William Holt. Hannah L. Humphreys, summa cum laude. Chloe May Ippolito, cum laude. Driton Isufi Jr. Michael Kenneth Johnson, summa cum laude. Taylor Elaine Jones. Michelle Jillian Cabo. Megan Isabella Kansas. Matthew M. Kareem. James Thomas Kartsanis, cum laude. Logan Cole Keller, magna cum laude. Nicholas John Kenna. Colin R. Kennedy. Ronald S. Keener. Abigail Cecilia Kirk. Zoe A. Cook, summa cum laude. Patrick John Koenig. Nathan Michael Kovach. Ava Nicole Kruk, cum laude. Lucas Allen Krushke.
Logan Michael Lemire. Nicholas Charles LaRocco. Joel Robert Larson. Mason Gabriel Lefort. Noah James Linden, cum laude. Joshua Daniel Loomis. Carl Vincent Luther. Henry J. McDonald, cum laude. John Anthony Masel. Anna Maria Ilieva Marzev. Connor Michael Mayle, cum laude. Madison Lane Maziars, magna cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Mazer, cum laude. Liam Robert McGann. Ian Richard McKenna. Luke M. McNamara. Americo A. Milani. Luigi A. Milani, Jr. Victoria Lynn Miller. Abby Grace Mortillaro. Sarah Ann Mortillaro, cum laude. Cameron S. Moss. Mary Jane Nguyen, cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Nisnik, magna cum laude. Ryan George Notariani. Zachary J. Odell, cum laude. Ryan D. O'Grady. Camille Noel Olajar. Danielle Brooke Orendi, magna cum laude. Connor P. O'Toole. Olivia Caroline Ozimek, cum laude. Caroline Bridget Patton, cum laude. Connor Patrick Palmer. Vincent Anthony Pasco. Courtney Lynn Patsy. Hannah Margaret Pileski. Samuel Brown Pettigen, cum laude. Matthew Joseph Petrasco. Matthew Evan Pfeiffer. Jake William Phillips, cum laude. Robert Patrick Ripole, cum laude. Angel Rista. Patrick C. Ritz, magna cum laude. Jacob Victor Ross. Andrew T. Sahachian. Adam Michael Salek. Charles Matthew Salina. Grace Sarah Salvino, cum laude. Dominic Bartolo Sanabria. Grant Wesley Sarnowski. Aaron N. Schneider, summa cum laude. Anna Marie Schramko. Alexander G. Seifert. Hayden Carl Sheets. Tyler Ramon Siconolfi. Nathan Michael Sleek. Alexander William Smat. Zachary Michael Smith, cum laude. Matthew J. Speicher. Christina Jo Spira, magna cum laude. Carrie Stedman, magna cum laude. Walter C. Sweeney, Jr. Alexander Michael Sykes, magna cum laude. Zachary A. Zafarski. Ryan Michael Shipinski. Reese Thomas Tatchell. Austin S. Tenzer, cum laude. Bricker Teal, summa cum laude. Tyler J. Thimmons, magna cum laude. Hannah Magdalena Toth, magna cum laude. Emma Grace Tregi. Maximilian Wesley Turner. Nathan Paul Ulrich. Adam Christopher Unruh, magna cum laude. Jeremy Andrew Urban, cum laude. Angela Marie Vitantonio, cum laude. Keegan Patrick Vogley. Jacob W. Vogren. Kevin Robert Watchnick. Daniel Patrick Walsh. Easton Patrick Warner, summa cum laude. William J. Wechter. Colin Robert Weeks. Ava C. Welchins. Lorenzo Miklos Welsh. Joseph Scott Wilfong. Margaret Grace Wilcombe. Nicholas Sloan Wilson. Emily Elizabeth Werble, magna cum laude. Michael D. Yarina. Tristan David Zaharansky, cum laude. Cutler R. Zamechnik. John Peter Yerian. Christopher Connell Andrews. Christine Marie Bessenfelder, summa cum laude. Adrienne Elizabeth Schupp, summa cum laude.
Graduates of the Bowler College of Business, congratulations. Just a few remaining celebrations. And I am pleased to kick those off with the Distinguished Faculty Award. This is presented each year to a member of the faculty selected by a committee of faculty, students, administrators, and alumni for excellence in classroom teaching and scholarship and advising and leadership of students, together with participation in civic and community affairs. The 2024 recipient of this award is Dr. Earl Spurgeon, Professor of Philosophy. I ask Earl to come forward and be recognized. Every year, the university recognizes a number of other faculty and staff with a variety of awards. These awards are listed on pages 45 and 46 of your commencement program. I will call the name of the award winners and ask them to stand and be recognized. We'll congratulate them collectively once I've finished reading all the names. First, the Silver Circle recognizes faculty and staff who have served the university community for 25 years. This year we have 4 inductees: Dr. Santik Hashiani, Marianne Hanachek, Dr. Al Nagy, and Dr. Mark Weiner. The College of Arts and Sciences gives an annual teaching award, the Lucretia Colicchia Award for Teaching Excellence, and this year's winner is Dr. Rich Clark of the Department of Sociology and Criminology. The Boulder College of Business also awards an Outstanding Teaching Award annually, and this year's winner from Boulder is Dr. Mark Sheldon, Professor of Accountancy. The Curtis W. Miles Award recognizes a faculty member for outstanding community service, and this year's winner is Dr. Peggy Schauer from the Department of Education. The Dr. William F. O'Hearn Award is voted on by students to recognize an outstanding faculty advisor, and this year's winner is Dr. Pam Vanderzalm from the Department of Biology. We have 5 Staff Excellence Award winners this year: Leslie Beck, Matt Clark, Sue Isabella, Allison Kwan, and Selene Zarelli. Please join me in congratulating them. In your program, you'll also find a list of our George E. Growell Faculty Fellowships, our retiring faculty members, and other awardees. The collective service to John Carroll that you see represented in your program is an inspiration to us all, so we're grateful for all of them. Now, one final award is one of the highest honors a student at John Carroll can obtain. In honor of the late Robert Beaudry, class of 1950, a plaque is awarded annually to the senior student who has contributed most significantly in the areas of academic achievement, Christian life, and leadership and service to the university and civic community during the preceding school year. The award honors an individual who exemplifies the ideal of Jesuit education, a man or woman for and with others. The 2024 recipient of the Beaudry Award is Patrick McGraw. As our 2024 commencement ceremony nears its end, I congratulate you again on all of your aspiring accomplishments. I also know that you have not walked alone on this journey. I ask that our faculty, who have been your teachers and your mentors over these last several years, stand and be recognized. Now, I ask that your parents, who have been your first and your best teachers, also stand and be recognized. Feel free to stand up, turn around, applaud. Congratulations to all involved. At the conclusion of our proceedings, there will be 5 tents located on the main quad on the other side of St. Ignatius Hall, where faculty and staff will meet up with our graduates and their families. We encourage you to use these tents as spots to meet up with your mentors, your advisors, and friends. One final cup of lemonade, greeting, photo opportunity. But before we do that, please stand for the benediction and remain standing for the singing of the alma mater. At this time, I am pleased to call upon Malak Abdallah Wadon, member of the class of 2024, to give the benediction. Ms. Wadon.
Alhamdulillah, praise and thanks be to God. He found you lost and guided you. This verse in the Quran symbolizes what I and many of my class of 2024 felt during their college experience. Being guided is not your plan matching God's plan. Being guided is your life, mind, body, and spirit being perfectly and intentionally molded to what God has in store for you. God guiding you to teach you about yourself. They planned, but Allah planned, and Allah is the best of all planners. Quran 8:30. I and all of you here celebrate being found, being guided, being taught, being seen, and being loved. We walk today mindful of those who were not able to because their lives have been interrupted by violence. God, thank you for allowing me the blessing, and all of you, of seeing God in all that we do. Because seeing you in all that I do has made me kinder, more patient, loved, seen, heard, and has set our souls on fire. Oh God, seeing you in all that I do has given me more reasons to love and grow closer to you, and brought people in my life chasing your love. Oh Lord, please let us live our lives in a way that pleases you. Thank you, God, for breathing life into me and being the oxygen to my fire, and our loved ones as the heat to our fire. As the class of 2024 goes off, I pray they keep finding things that fuel their fire. Remember, God saw something undeniably beautiful, capable, and miraculous about you. I pray you live your life remembering that you are worthy because God saw it in you first. After all, he set your soul on fire. Let us be beacons of light for each other's fire. Amen.
Thank you, Malak. Members of the University Chorus will now lead us in the singing of the Alma Mater. Our commencement has now ended. I ask that you would give one final round of applause to the class of 2024.
some risks.
Well, you really, it's kind of like we were talking about trees.